you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't hearing my CD. Made it out of the trenches. Just salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy. I blowed her budget on me. That's on me. I'm conceited. Treaty. Nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like a three-peat. I put the in it sound like I'm knee deep. I'm like, oh, you too needy. Me and HB going Juvie and BG. They gotta put my face on the box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they competing. Salute when you see me. That's all he ever, so that's how you greet me. I'm going TM 101.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Cameron Batson now from his end zone, and we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
A first down carry for Henry. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down at 4. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
They just gave up a sack there. If I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Wentz. And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye.
It got his man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 36, Wentz. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. A good pickup there at 22. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run with Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And there is a flag, so a big 2nd down pickup, but will it hold? So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On 1st down, it's Henry, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Partner, you know what I was going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a 3-point swing right there.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now a play fake. Wentz. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Throwing now is Wentz. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz taken in by the tight end Doyle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Second and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check one. He's checking.
Wentz to throw again. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
14, he's going deep. Get him. Single.
Now Wentz. And he'll find Pittman. And now off to the races down the right side. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes, and the Colts are able to grow their lead. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown, 82 yards. And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you've got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here
and
right. Down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Taken in by Pascal out left. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 35 on second down, Wentz is going to go for a big play downfield. Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and take. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz, a good throw here, finding Pascal. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wentz. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
DeForest Buckner, all-pro defensive tackle there on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. Got his man, it's Eifert. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. 1st down and much more for Henry. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Here we go.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Again, it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again to Henry. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 132 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Will put this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
25 yards that time. From midfield, here's Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wentz. To the right side, complete to Taylor. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice touchdown, Colts. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game? Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Back now in Indianapolis, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 147 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. The Titans on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And finally taken down at the 34. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Tannehill. He'll buy some time right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. Jones has it. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans have once again taken the lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Rodgers on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Taylor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Second and 11. Wentz now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Wentz going to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Cassidy, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here. And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right? This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. They go back to Murray on first down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Four yards remain for second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now it's Tannehill. He completes it to Jones. Touchdown, Titans. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead. And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game. So they were right on target there with a fade to get the 2. It seems like a low percentage play, doesn't it? Because you're throwing it into a tough spot, and there's not much room to come down. But when you have a really athletic receiver and a quarterback with touch, it's hard to defend. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 90. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. That one good for 37 yards. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up. Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it. And on the other side, you get that hands team ready. No doubt about it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in. And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus,
Focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And the Titans are going to recover the football. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
On first down, Murray. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
Brings up second and
8 yards to go on second down. Again, it's Murray. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's Murray. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They snap it to Tannehill. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself